There's 24 hours in a day, but if 8 are spent sleeping and another 8 are spent working, you only have 8 hours left. And that's not even counting time to eat, shower, commute, or deal with all the little stuff that just happens. Realistically, that leaves you with maybe 3 to 4 hours of truly free time in the evening after work. And if you're anything like I was a year ago, you get to the end of the day, look back at those hours and think, what did I even do? My free time was disappearing right in front of my eyes, so I had to do something to figure out how to stop this feeling. So here are the 5 simple things I did to stop wasting my evenings after work, to take back the time I do have, as well as quick, actionable ways you can implement them too. 1. Front load the must-dos. Let's start with the stuff we all hate to do, but can't avoid. Chores, errands, and just general life admin. These are the must-dos of life, and while we can't eliminate them, we can control when we do them. My biggest shift here? I stopped spreading these tasks out across the entire week. Instead, I chose just one day, Sunday for me, and I just knocked them all out. Laundry, done. Groceries, done. Tidying up, done. The benefit is huge. I no longer spend 30 minutes after work folding clothes or trying to find time to buy groceries. My weeknights suddenly felt lighter, more open, and like I had the time to do the things I wanted. So a simple action item is to pick one day this week, just one, and front load your chores into it. Block off 3 hours and batch everything. Laundry, groceries, cleaning, all of it. 2. Realign your time with your goals. Another thing I noticed while reflecting on my free time is I said I wanted to grow my YouTube channel. I said I wanted to get into the best shape of my life. I said I wanted to spend more time with the people I care about. But when I looked at how I was actually spending my free time, it didn't match. For many of us, we doom scroll, binge watch TV, and just generally avoid doing things. And here's the thing, I don't think these are all bad. We do need time to reset and recharge, but if every evening becomes just a cycle of passively letting time pass, you'll never actually make progress on the things you want to achieve. So, I think there's a simple rule that can be implemented to do this. Out of the 5 weekdays, allocate 2 to these lounging, guilt-free evenings, and the other 3, use them to make progress that actually moves the needle, in whatever way progress looks like to you. For me, that means on 3 nights a week, I dedicate my time to something that helps me make progress towards my goals. I head to the gym to get in better shape, or I script write and edit videos, or something I worked on last year was studying for my CPA exam, so I break that up throughout the week. Carving out my time and realigning it with my goals led to this overall feeling of going to bed happy with how I spent my evenings. So the to-do here is simple. Make a list of things you want to do and the things you currently do. See if they align, and if not, make the changes to how you spend your time this week. 3. Use the small gaps. This one comes straight from one of my favorite books of all time, which is Someday is Today by Matthew Dix. He makes a point that reframed the way I approach my goals. For most people, we wait around for these big blocks of free time, 2 hours to write, a whole evening to work on a project. But the truth is, life rarely hands us that kind of time. What it does give us are little moments. 15 minutes while dinner cooks, 3 minutes between sets at the gym, 15 minutes before bed. Most people ignore these tiny windows or waste them scrolling. But if you use them intentionally, you can make real progress. Let me give you an example. I don't always have 2 hours to work on a YouTube script, but I can come up with 3 video ideas while my rice is cooking. I can write a rough intro while I'm waiting for my laundry to finish. These little moments stack up. By the end of the week, maybe I didn't sit down for one long focused session, but I got a full script ready to go. So start using those gaps. Don't underestimate them. Try today by identifying one 10 to 15 minute window you usually would waste. Before you scroll, use that window to do something productive. Brainstorm, journal, stretch, clean, read, whatever gets you closer to your goal. Use a calendar. The weeks when I feel most productive and most balanced are the weeks when I schedule my evenings in advance. I'm not talking about planning every second, I'm just talking about giving my time a name. For me, if I block off 8 to 9:30 to go to the gym, I'm way more likely to actually see it through. Otherwise, I find myself procrastinating, which either means I go much later than intended or push it off to another day. If I say work on a video from 5 to 6 and I see it on my phone, suddenly it's a plan, not a maybe. Without a calendar, I procrastinate and suddenly it's 10:30 p.m. and I'm still in my bed and I feel like my evening was wasted. So now, something I like to do on Sunday nights is spend just 10 minutes planning my evenings for the week. Not just what I have to do, but what I want to do. And weirdly enough, that simple step has made me feel way more in control. So the action item here is simple again. Open your calendar and block off tonight's evening time. It doesn't have to be packed, just give it a name. Dinner plus gym, or read plus stretch. Whatever it is that you want to get done. Prioritize social connection. Let's talk about something that, when I've been researching, often gets overlooked in productivity circles. Connection, community, people. When I look back at my favorite memories, they're almost never things I did alone. They are moments that are shared with the people I care about. But when work drains you and your evenings feel tight, it's easy to withdraw yourself from social settings. You tell yourself you'll reach out tomorrow. You'll make plans next week. And before you know it, you're stuck in a cycle of isolation. Not on purpose, just by default. So here's what I've learned. Social time doesn't happen unless you plan it. Now, I try to schedule times to hang out with people in advance. Dinner with friends, evening with my girlfriend, a night for pickup soccer. That one simple shift changed everything. It gives me something to look forward to. It recharges me emotionally, and it reminds me that life is about people and not just checklists. So the action item here, text one person today to make a plan for this week. Doesn't have to be fancy. Want to grab dinner Wednesday night. That's it. One message, one plan. So that's it. 5 simple shifts that help me stop wasting my evenings and start living them. You don't need to overhaul your entire life to feel better about how you spend your time. Just start with one of these action items. Try it this week. By next Friday, you might just look back and say, yeah, that was a good week.